Well, there we go. It was a 2-1 night, and we hit that plus 120 on the Detroit Red Wings underdog bet. I told you so. 3 more bets in the NHL today. Let's get to it. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Wednesday edition of The Squeeze. I am Tyler Conium, and if you watched the video yesterday, I was very confident, if you watched the channel yesterday, in the Detroit Red Wings beating the Minnesota Wild plus 120 on the money line. They did just that. They were down 2-0 in that game. They stormed back and won that game 3-2. So we hit that bet. We hit a couple of bets, actually. So we'll just do a quick recap, because if you follow me, you know I had a lot of bets yesterday, okay? I had a lot of bets. Don't worry about the Cognizant Classic. Lee Hodges has withdrawn. Had a college basketball money line parlay that did not go well at all. Both the favorites lost that. Had some success with the BettingPros prop bet cheat sheet. Bridges went under by far. It was 27.5 for his points and assists. That went under there. FanDuel had a 77% same game parlay boost. And I tried to go as easy as possible. Doncic 25, Irving 20, LeBron over 6 assists, and none of them. One of them hit. Even though the Lakers won, it was super low scoring. Luka didn't do a tremendous amount, and King James only had 3 assists. So bombed on that. Another nice little boost from FanDuel was Austin Matthews or Mitch Marner to score a goal. Mitch Marner did. Then again, we had the Red Wings. We hit the Oilers and the Lightning to go under 6.5. That was a bit of a sweat, but that hit. Islanders money line fell, and I had a Connor McDavid bet as well. So all of these plays, if you follow me on the BettingPros app, getting close to 100 followers on there, it's free. You can sign up via the web, via the app, and you can follow all of these picks. So if you don't want to watch the videos, if you don't want to listen to the podcasts, and that's why I put the picks, I always get this backwards. That's why I put the picks there too. If you don't want to actually watch it, those are my picks. If you just want to go and say, hey, I trust this guy, he's up 100 units on the BettingPros app, I'm just going to follow the picks. You can do that there. If you're listening, you can just go to the BettingPros, search my name, Tyler Conium on there, and all my picks are verified. They're free, so you can follow them all on there. So overall, it ended up being an even day. But if you just made the picks from the video, we had a nice winning day. So let's talk today. 3 more picks in the NHL, and we are starting with the Winnipeg Jets and the Ottawa Senators, and I like the over here. This line is at 5.5. I always like when I see a 5.5. I always like going over. When I see a 6, that's when I like to go under. But when you look at these two teams, and you might think I'd be going the other way on this one, because Winnipeg on this season is 28, 27, and 3 to the under. But Ottawa is. You might think, why am I doing this? Because when you look at the stats this season, Winnipeg is 28, 27, and 3 to the under. Ottawa, 30, and 21, and 6 to the under. But I'm taking over the 5.5 goals there. When you look at their head-to-head matchup, the last time they played, it was a 4-2 win for Winnipeg. That was just after Christmas, so that number goes over. Previous to that, a 4-2 win for Ottawa. That also went over. And then when you look at Winnipeg, who, by the way, is 10-0 in their last 10 hockey games, they have gone over in 6 of their last 10 games, and it's because they're scoring goals. Obviously, Connor Hellebuyck had an unbelievable 4 Nations. We all know that. But they're scoring. They scored 2, 4, 4, 3, 5, 6. And they're scoring these against teams like Boston, Washington, Carolina. Good hockey teams. Ottawa is 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games because they're giving up goals. They just gave up 5 to Montreal, 5 to Florida, 5 to Tampa, 4 to Tampa. So they're giving up goals just the same way the Winnipeg Jets are scoring them. So even though you've got Hellebuyck in net, who's been great, when you look at Ottawa's goaltending between Ullmark and Forsberg, 1-4 in their last 5 games, a goals against over 3, and a save percentage of only .882. So I see that 5.5, and I'm going to go ahead and take the over there because I think Winnipeg is going to be able to score on Ottawa. And if Ottawa gets 1, maybe even 2 goals on Hellebuyck, this game should fly over. Give me the over for -112. Now we're going to go to Vancouver and LA. And as I just said, when I see 5.5, I like going over. When I see 6, I like going under. Now this is boosted at BetMGM because the number is 5.5. I don't like going under 5.5 necessarily because you take away the push potential. And if this game gets to 6 goals, your bet is voided, and I love that in hockey because of how often those games land on 6. But here's why I like the under. On the season, Vancouver is 36, 30, 26, and 1 to the under, and the LA Kings are 30, 22, and 3 to the under. And both these teams are pretty good. Los Angeles is third in the Pacific, Vancouver is fifth in the Pacific, but they've been playing a lot better lately after a pretty rocky start. Over their last 10 matchups against each other dating back to 2022, they've gone under in 6 of those 10 games, and that includes 1 push. Vancouver is 8-2 to the under over their last 10 games. The Los Angeles Kings are 6-4 to the over, but 2 of those overs just happened in their last 2 games with numbers set at 5.5. One of them landed on 6, which in this case would be a push. And then you look at Vancouver's goaltending over their last 5 games, 3-2 mark, but a 1.00 goals against, a 9.67 save percentage, and for the Los Angeles side, a 2.6 goals against. So these are goalies that are not giving up a lot of goals. This is starting to be a big matchup. We're in the second half of the season now. We're post the Four Nations / All-Star break. Teams need to start winning games. And this is a big matchup in the Western Conference. So if you want to go to BetMGM, you can boost this to minus 130 with a 20% profit boost. Get that number to 6, then take it under. So you're paying the juice to add in that push potential, which I really, really like. You're also free to take the under 5.5 if you like to as well. Last bet of the day, we're going to probably the game of the night in the NHL is the New Jersey Devils at the Colorado Avalanche. And I'm going with the Colorado Avalanche minus 125 straight up on the money line. Now, Colorado actually has more points than New Jersey. They've got more wins, 33, 24, and 2. New Jersey is 32, 21, and 6. Over the last 10 head-to-head matchups, Colorado has won 6 of them, including their December 8th matchup where they blanked them 4-0 when they were plus 132 on the money line. New Jersey's been sort of back and forth over their last 10 games. They've gone win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss over their last 8 hockey games. And then you've got Colorado, who needs a win here. Dating back to February 4th, so you can sandwich the Four Nations in between there, but they just played 5 hockey games on the road. They lost 3 of them. Vancouver, Calgary, Edmonton, Nashville, and St. Louis, with Edmonton and Calgary being the 2 losses. But coming out of the Four Nations, they were right back on the road in Nashville and St. Louis. They lose 2-1 and they lose 3-1. They're back home now. They're facing the New Jersey Devils. They haven't played in 3 nights. I expect them to be very, very well rested. And again, last time these 2 teams played, they did blank them 4-0. I think you're going to see a big game from Nathan McKinnon, if you want to bet an anytime goal prop. I'm not sure exactly what the number is there, but I do like him to score a goal tonight. Colorado needs to get it right because, again, they're a good hockey team, but only 5-5 over their last 10 games because of those 2 losses coming on the road. They come back home, they get to rest. Especially you think McKinnon, who I know the games were in Montreal and Boston, it's not a lot of travel, but he hasn't played a game in Colorado himself since February the 2nd. So a lot of the team that had that time off, maybe that doesn't affect them so much. But when your best player, who's the MVP of the league, leading the league in scoring, he hasn't played a home game in 24 days in Colorado. I like that number there. So you can give me the Colorado Avalanche minus 125 on the money line. So those are my favorite 3 picks today. Give me over 5.5 for the Jets and the Sens. Give me under 6 for the Canucks and the Kings. And give me the Colorado Avalanche on the money line. Those are all 3 NHL games happening today. If you want more picks and props through today, which I will certainly be posting, you can follow me across all my social channels or just hop on the BettingPros app, follow me there, and you can get those right to your doorstep. Have a great day, and let's talk sports.